stop, move onward, shit, move onward and stop at the same time. Well, this sadly is not Tamhana on how to drive a car, but rather on Tamhana on how to build a car. What I've got here is the Seeed and TinkerGen Make a Robot kit, and I got it in the mail only yesterday, and because there is no unboxing video yet, I want to take an opportunity to show you what stuff you can expect in the box, and after that we're going to look at what I think about it. So, if it's unboxing time, you know the drill. In we go with the knife. And you see here, they've got pilfer-proof tape. So apparently, well, they experienced some losses, just like I did recently too. And what do we see here? Tada! I got the retail box. And just in case any one of you is paranoid, nope, there is nothing of interest below. The most interesting aspect of the box is this here. You see that they apparently plan multiple different versions of the product, and well, it's obviously a Seeed affair. And well, here on the top we've got two pieces of glue with the TinkerGen logo, and we're also going to cut through them, even so they also put here this for easier removal. Maybe somebody doesn't want kids to use a knife. And so here, what do we have? We have some poster, a quick start guide, a gaggle of cards for image recognition, including some cats and a dog, you see here. And then below that we get to the actual money shot, aka to the equipment. And yeah, there also is a short manual, you see here, both Chinese and English, which basically explains how to quickly assemble the things and what you got in the box. And what I really like about this manual is you see here, second layer, third layer. So they literally correlate each of the layers in the box to make it easier to find the things. And yes, here we've got the board once again, the two pieces which make up the controller. We see here obviously the batteries. Here we've got some screws for assembling things. This is some holder for the cards probably. And here we have the Arduino, which is the main processor, or it seems to be. We are going to look at what it is in the later video, or maybe later in this clip. We've got some other PCBs, some sensors here. As you see, for example, here we've got this thing. Some light emitting diodes. But we can take all of this out. And then we see there's even more stuff below. The display with the actual processor board, which I think is interesting, because here we've got an ESP32 and here the Seeed. Another very cool aspect of this kit is the controller board, which is split into two halves. You see here, this looks an awful lot like my Arduino, like what I already said before. And this IMHO is a very good strategy, because that way, even when you are done with the rest of the robot, you can still keep the relatively complex to assemble combination of ESP32 and Seeed and use this as a module and just fit it into your design using these standard Arduino connectors. And yeah, this is the breakout board. You see here stepper motor, servo motor control, and a bunch of these normal 4 support 4-pin DuPont type connectors for I2C and for some digital outputs. So this is basically just a breakout board to make connecting motors and stuff more comfortable to the control board. Probably this can also be used with other Arduino type systems. I have to look into it deeper, but I wouldn't be surprised if this might also find other uses in a robotics project at some later point in time. And then here we've got the actual parts of the robot. You see the metal shell, this plastic thing on top, the motors, some cables, wheels. Here we've got a camera unit with some flat band cable, which already is a bit bent, but we're going to play with it later. A USB 3.0 cable, and probably some kind of touch or ball sensor. So this is what we get inside of the box. Let's dig in a little more here. See, bag of desiccant silica. So this is the corpse of the robot. Here the batteries will be fitting inside, and you'll be assembling the rest of the things on top. And yes, I forgot to add that there were also these two little screwdrivers included, just in case anyone doesn't have a screwdriver at home or something like that. So now the question is, why do I, as a person who normally does big engineering, get this robot kit intended for kids? Well, I'll be honest. The main reason is that I have a consulting company, and we recently got in touch with Seeed, and we wanted them to assemble a PCB for us, and they saw my Instagram account, and so they offered to send this. And well, it came, and now I have to admit openly, I mean, this is metal. I like the design, and if I ever have to build some kind of robot, especially a tracked robot, I would definitely try starting out with something like this. Not so much because of the school aspects, but because designing a robot is an extremely complex, multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary task. And having a good, solid, working starting platform can really simplify things in terms of getting up and running. So it can be a tremendous time saver if you have one team using this trinket to get the software ready and another team working on the hardware, because then also during integration it's much easier to put it all together. So yes, the Mark is quite cool, and I will be making some more things with it. So stay tuned, and thank you very much for liking, subscribing and joining the channel.